Hi guys, my name is Ivo and I'm from mytestedasp.net. It's time for the next part of my current video series about writing clean and testable C# code. In this video I'm going to talk about one of the most commonly used dependencies in every application, and that's the settings or the configuration. But before we go to Visual Studio, I would like to remind you, make sure you turn on your notification bell uh, subscription, because otherwise you will be missing important or interesting advanced C# lessons from me in the future. So make sure you turn that notification bell on, or if you haven't subscribed already, if you're new around here, make sure you do that also. So let's begin. You may know from my previous videos that we are using a web application which is not written with best practices in mind. The code is okay, but it's not testable, and certainly it's not that clean. So what we are doing, we are refactoring it. We are making all our classes to follow solid principles, and we're introducing tests for each of these classes. So about configuration, let's see the following example. We have an articles controller class, and we want to assert this O method here, which essentially returns a view which has some articles, and these articles have article page size. This page size is uh, get from this field, and the field is initialized from the application configuration. So the value about the article page size is coming from the external appsettings.json file. The first way to write a test about this action here is to introduce an upsetting JSON file in the test projects too. But a better approach is to mock the configuration itself, to make a fake configuration and use it in the unit test. So let's start. Let's try to test that. Let's go to the test project, controllers, and the articles controller test is a class which still does not exist. Articles controller test. Great. Let's reference xUnit. Let's make our class public, and let's write our first test. Public async task, because we are using asynchronous actions, and we're going to use the arrange act assert protocol. So let's write it. O should return view with correct model. First, I would need to arrange articles controller. Let's initialize the articles controller here. This article controller needs an iArticle service and a mapper. The article service, we have a fake article service here, which is already implemented. So I'm going to reuse that. I'm going to pass article service equal new fake article service. I'm going to reuse that. Good. Then what I would need is the mapper. Do I need the mapper in this particular action? No, so I may provide a no value here, because some of the other methods use the mapper directly, like here, for example. So for now, I don't need it. I'm going to pass a no value for the mapper, and I'm going to reuse the same style from the other test and pass the fake article service like that. Then what I need to do is to act. I need to get the result and say articles controller dot o, and I need to provide a page, but I'm going to leave the default page 1, and I need to assert. What I need to assert? I need to assert first the result. So I need to validate that the result is of view result type. Great. Then I would need to validate that the model is article listing view model. Article listing view model view result dot model. Good, and I would need to validate the total number of articles and the articles I got from the service. Let's see the fake article service. The fake article service returns the fake article service will call total and will throw an exception. So I'm going to reuse the data here. I want to be consistent, so I'm going to say list of articles data equals new list of article. Then I'm going to say that I have four articles here. Then I'm going to say that articles data select new article listing service model, and I'm going to say id equals article.id, and that should be it. Then in the total I'm going to return task from result async. I want task from result this dot articles data count like this. Oops, I need to avoid that. Okay, this can be made read only. Good. So I implemented total because the articles controller needs it. My test, otherwise my tests will throw an exception that the total is not implemented. Okay, the page should be 1. Then I'm going to assert equal. I'm going to specify that the model.page should be 1. Okay, then I need to validate that the total is 4. I'm going to do it like that. Assert equal article service dot total should be the model dot total. Cannot convert from int to string. This is an int. Yeah, okay. This. And the last thing is I need to validate the article page size. So I'm going to write down assert equal, I'm going to const int page size equals 1. I'm going to say that I expect the following page size, and I expect model.articles.count to be that page size. Okay, but I'm not sure whether let's make the page size 2. That's okay, and this method is fine, but it should fail because the article page size comes from the configuration. So if we put a breakpoint here or a breakpoint here, we can validate that configuration it shouldn't be okay. Article page size is 20. Configuration, providers, upsetting data, allowed host, and so on. If we take a look at the web project app setting, we will see that the article's page size is 20. Okay, but we would like to fake that because that's a dependency. We need the app settings file to be present in order for the test to work, and that's not the best scenario because our test is depending on something. It's not atomic. It's not separated, and if we write a test here and afterwards if we change the app setting JSON file, the test will fail because we depend on the app settings file, and it should not fail because we don't care of the actual page size. We care whether the view is returned and whether the model is correct. So let's make the configuration somehow easier to replace, because currently we cannot replace it. We have the keyword new, we create a configuration here, and what we do is we get the section and the value from the configuration. It's not possible to replace it. But first, let me show you where you can find the examples from all my lessons. You may find them on my GitHub, which is Ivai Lukianov. You may follow me if you like. You need to hit repositories, then write down TV here, and this is the repository in which I'm uploading all the source code from all my videos. All the examples and the demo code is uploaded here. And for easier access, I'm linking every video and every source code part in the README. So if you'd like to take a look at the code or play with it, you may clone this repository and do whatever you like. I will be extremely thankful if you give this project a star. You may even watch it because usually I upload the source code and the video links here before I make the YouTube video public. So make sure you hit the watch button here because you will learn of the future video lessons first. I will take the moment to thank my sponsors, which are Bellatrix, ReSharper, Softuny, Smart IT, Noblehire, and 1Bit Software. Thank you guys, thank you for supporting my work, and you motivate me to continue providing free education on my YouTube channel. You truly rock. Keep up the good work. Let's get back to the controller and let's fix it. What we need to do is, like always, we need to make the dependency, the configuration builder dependency, passable in the constructor so that the iConfiguration interface is an external dependency. And we are using an abstraction here. We don't use the new keyword. Fortunately for us, the ASP.NET Core framework already registers the iConfiguration, so this controller should work. But the good news here is that it's testable now, because we can pass any kind of configuration here and it should work. Okay, now let's pass a fake configuration. I'm going to create one var configuration equals new configuration builder. Then I need to add in memory collection. And in memory collection, I would need to pass a new key value pair. New key value pair, which needs to have the configuration. The key value pair should have the articles section, then the page size. That's the way we need to write down the configuration when we need to fake the same structure. Articles, page size. So articles and page size in it, we need to write it down by writing articles, two dots, page size. And I'm going to write 2, so I'm going to call the page size to string here. And then I'm going to say build. I'm going to pass that configuration here. And now the test should pass. What we did essentially is we made the configuration external dependency, the test passes, and the article controller no longer uses an explicitly fixed dependency. We are using an abstraction from the outside world, which is easier to replace. We may use a mock here, or we may use a fake configuration like this one. And I don't need an app settings file to make this unit test pass. All I need is an in-memory configuration in which I pass the needed values. This way, the test is written correctly and it's atomic. Let me run all the tests to make sure that everything runs fine, and that's it, guys. Let me just show you my open source projects. I have Fluent testing libraries for ASP.NET Web API and ASP.NET Core, the new version of the web framework by Microsoft. And these projects essentially allow you to write very fast and very easy unit tests against your web application. You can assert routes, controllers, pipelines, models, services, essentially everything you want. And it's very fast and very easy to do. So make sure you take a look at these projects. They are written in my free time, so I accept any kind of donation or sponsorship. If you like to support me or this educational channel or these projects, you may do it on Patreon, Open Collective, PayPal, or Buy Me a Coffee. I will be extremely thankful if you decide to do so, or if you uh, tell your company to sponsor me. Every single contribution is important. Even a single star to these projects is great. So if you want to do it, I'll be extremely thankful. Last but not least, if you like this video series, make sure you hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed already, do so. And make sure you turn on the notification bell. Don't miss my future lessons. It's an order. Bye.